The biggest mistake that most beginner homesteaders make is trying to do everything all at once, putting way too much on their plate, getting overwhelmed, getting burnt out, and then you start failing. I did it too, but I didn't let it stop me, and neither should you. Homesteading can be really exciting, especially if you're if you're a brand new beginner. Let's say that you just got this property of your dreams that you've been waiting for years to start homesteading, and now you have all these skills you need to learn. You have all these projects, all these animal shelters that you need to make. You need to erect fences. You need to learn how to ferment. You need to can the food that you're learning to grow. And the list goes on and on. There are so many different aspects to homesteading. And you don't have to do it all, especially in the beginning. It's actually better if you start with just one thing. Starting with just one thing makes it easier first off, for you to retain what you're learning. It helps you build momentum when you start to succeed with that one thing. And learning just one thing at a time makes it so you're more likely to succeed. You get so excited about learning all the things that you don't take into account the things that you're going to start failing at, or the fact that you're going to be half-assing it because you're doing so much at once. Pick one thing, one habit, one project, one aspect of homesteading that you want to get into. Let's say it's gardening. You really want to learn how to garden, then you want to learn how to can, you want to ferment. Let's just one thing at a time. Let's learn how to garden. What do you want to plant? What do you want to grow? How does that plant best grow? What kind of soil does it need to thrive? What kind of nutrients does it need to thrive? Is it full sun? Is it partial sun? How much do you water it? Where should you plant it? Should it be trellis? Should it be in ground in a raised bed? Just 30 seconds, I've named off so many things that you would have to learn about gardening, and that's just one thing. That's just one plant. That's not talking about adding on canning, about adding on chickens or pigs or cows or whatever else you may be trying to do on this new homestead lifestyle and what you're trying to build. So you can easily see how you could start messing things up, and there can be some major gaps in knowledge when you're trying to do so much at once and you're trying to learn everything under the sun, that you're not going to absorb everything that you might need to. So always starting with just one thing is much better than trying to do all of it all at once. You're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to start messing things up. You're going to feel like you're a failure, and you might actually quit. And sometimes people do quit. They think that they're just not good at this lifestyle. They're not cut out for it, that they can't do it, when in reality, they just jumped in way too fast. They put too much on their plate. They weren't ready for it mentally. And it's okay not to take everything on all at once. It's okay to do one thing at a time. You know, we say we want to get into this lifestyle so we can live a slower life, be more connected to nature. But then we're over here learning how to do 5 different things, but we're so stressed out. We don't have time to do the things that we like to do, don't have time for our friends. I don't have time to read a book because we're so busy trying to learn everything else. How is that a slower lifestyle? How is that being closer to nature? How is that meeting your goals at all? It's not. And it's okay not to have to know how to do everything in 1 year. This is a lifestyle. It's not a project you have to get finished and done by a certain time, because there will be no done time. There is no arrival. You've completed your homesteading mission. It is a lifestyle that will continue to go as long as your systems are in place and you continue to live it. Focusing on just one thing will build everything. You learn how to put systems in place. You learn how you learn best. You learn what triggers you, what sets you off, what overwhelms you, what's working, what doesn't. And being able to understand those kinds of things about yourself can do so much for your family and the lifestyle that you're trying to build. You won't even realize it until you're moving on to the next topic. You're moving on, okay, I'm good at gardening. I know how to grow this, and this. Now I'm going to learn how to can it. Everything's successfully growing. Now let's learn how to make tomato sauce. Great. That's momentum building. Because you were successful at gardening and you have the faith in yourself, you're ready to learn the next topic. Now imagine if your garden failed. I did that too. I jumped in all at once. You know, my husband really wanted cows. He just couldn't handle seeing an empty pasture. We got cows. I got chickens. I started this massive garden because the people that lived on this property before had a massive garden. And so I took advantage of the whole space I had available. I didn't use any weed barriers. I honestly had no idea what I was doing. I just started putting seeds in the ground and hoped for the best, started watering everything. And you know what happened? I didn't know what was weeds and what were my plants. I completely gave up. I just said, F it. Like, clearly this isn't going to work out for me. But what I did do was I focused on my chickens. I learned about the mannerisms. I watched them. I learned about what to do if they got sick, what kinds of things ail them, what feed is best for them, enrichment tools, all these things that are good for them. And I can't even count how many chickens I have now. I probably have over 100 chickens, because focusing on that one thing gave me the confidence. It gave me momentum to keep going. Now, imagine if I didn't. Imagine if I didn't focus on one thing. What if I just completely gave up and never gardened again? I would be in a completely different space in my life right now. My whole pantry is full of canned jars. And yes, while some failed, a lot of them did not. And the whole point of that rant was that this one thing, focusing on one thing at a time, will give you enough momentum to keep moving you forward, and you just keep rolling over into new tasks, into new goals, into new learnings, into new lessons. It's just never ending. And then before you know it, I have a full-fledged farm, and I am now known at work as Farmer Becky. Farmer Becky used to live in a trailer and couldn't keep a plant alive, and look at me now. You're building a lifestyle. A never-ending lifestyle, right? You're not building a project. You don't have an end date in sight. So there is no reason why you can't just start with one. And if you're already in the life, if you're already a homesteader and you're super overwhelmed, you got the chickens, you got the pigs, you got the garden, and there you have so many things on your plate, just stop. Start with one thing. What one thing needs your attention? What one thing needs to take up space right now in your brain for you to learn more on? You can always learn more in the next season or next year. It's never ending. It's no end date in sight. So why would you want this life to be stressful and overwhelming when we're trying to slow down, when we're trying to be more with nature, when we're trying to be with the animals and the gardens and all those things? Pick one thing, learn everything you can about it, master it, and then slowly move on to the next thing. If you're interested in more content like this, I do have a mini mindset course that I built, and it's made for real people that are busy, that have kids, that have jobs, that have other things going on besides just trying to build this new lifestyle for beginner homesteaders. I made it into 5 different videos. They're about 10 to 15 minutes a piece, so you can log in on my website whenever you want to, whenever is convenient for you. Watch them all at once, watch them one at a time. I also have a printable workbook that you can print off as many times as you want. There's a lot of fun activities in there. I highly recommend it. I'll link it down below. Pick one thing, give it your focus. There's no need to rush. Just learn one brick at a time, and I will see you guys in the next one.